Welcome to EdMask, the channel for education, learning, and development. Today, I welcome you to this channel, and today I want to talk about the teachers' strike. Why teachers strike? And there are so many reasons why someone might support the teachers' strike, among which is fair pay and respect. Teachers often work long hours for relatively low pay, especially given the importance of the job they do. Supporting the strike can mean supporting fair compensation and valuing their work properly. Many teacher strikes aren't just about pay. They're also about small class size, better learning resources, and safer school environment. When teachers have what they need, students benefit too. Investment in education, supporting teachers is supporting the future. A strike can be a way to demand that government and school boards take education funding seriously. Therefore, it's not just a matter of striking, but strikes tend to bring in the element of demand for better involvement of the board and then government into the school matters. Standing up for work and rights. Teachers have the right to collectively bargain and fair treatment, just like other workers. Supporting their strikes shows solidarity with labor rights. Did you know that when you support teachers' strike, you're supporting the students, you're supporting better environment? Then there's also community well-being. When teachers are underpaid or overworked, it affects the whole community, from students' outcome to family stress. The strikes can be a way to push for a stronger, healthier, and education system overall. Ladies and gentlemen, teachers striking is a matter for every individual, the parent, the students, and then government. Therefore, I urge you, for any strike that teachers make, you need to support them and then give them support in any way where possible, because it affects the teacher themselves, but also affects the students' outcome, and then it affects the teachers' families as well as our families as parents. My view of strikes in a bid for a rise for pay. These are my personal views. You could have your own views. And therefore, my view on teachers' strike for high pay. A bid teachers' strike is a bid for a rise in pay. It is both understandable and justified. Teachers play one of the most important roles in our society, shaping the mind and future of young people. Yet, the pay often does not reflect the values of their work. Many teachers go above and beyond, working extra hours, buying class supplies with their own money, pay, and supporting students emotionally as well as academically. When teachers ask for a better pay, they are not asking for themselves, they are asking for recognition of the importance and retain importance of education and the need to make the profession sustainable. A fair salary can attract and retain skilled educators, which ultimately benefit students and strengthen the entire education system. So therefore, Ugandan teachers are striking and why it matters. Striking in Uganda are justified because their pay is lower relatively to the value of their work. And when compared globally, the disparity is even bigger. The current strike is looking at the disparities in teachers' pay, looking at arts and humanities teachers striking, rejecting government ultimatum, telling them to go to class and teach without any increment. After striking for a long time, on, and there is no increase in pay. Teacher pay and disparities. Public or government teacher pay is very low. For example, averagely a monthly salary for a teacher in Uganda are modest. Private school or part-time teachers often paid even less. A part-time science teacher in a private school will get like 300,000 shillings, 500 shillings. Private or part-time teachers often paid even less. A part-time science teacher in a private school get 300,000, 500,000 Ugandan shillings monthly. While in Uganda, recent announcement, science teachers' salary will be tripled to about 4 million, while arts and humanities teachers remain low, 1.2 million, which is something one would not believe. That disparities within the teachers, being in the same environment, going to the same classes, being in the living, having the same expenses, this doesn't make any meaning. Also, kind of official data show that art teachers versus science teachers pay differences. Art teachers would get like 700, 800,000 gross pay, while science teachers will get like 2.2 gross pay for the same qualification. Does this make meaning? Do teachers appreciate it? Or the parents appreciate it? Where are the parents? Where is government? Where is the voice for everyone, for the teachers? Could you be part of the cause? Could you work with the teachers? Do you mind supporting the teachers in their cause? Why should you look on your partner in the same cause? So when you compare global perspective, you realize that teachers' pay in many African countries is low compared to other formal sector workers with similar educational experiences. For example, if someone did social sciences and someone did education, they could be in different work environment, but have the same qualifications, but different pay. Why is that disparity? When you all enjoyed the same environment, when you all had the same teachers with the same qualifications, when adjusting hours worked, many teachers report fewer hours. For example, if you had put a timesheet, you realize that some teachers could have little hours. Hour difference often shrink because of the many subjects in a particular school, which could also affect their pay. Compared with other countries, teachers tend to earn significantly more in absolute terms. Therefore, teacher salaries in some developed countries versus Uganda as a see is a big visual contract. Why do you think the teachers' strike makes sense? The value teachers deliver, education, social stability, future workforce deserve a fair compensation. They're doing a lot, teaching our kids, taking our children in school, teaching our students in school is something that one has to attach value. And therefore what they teach is valuable and needs to be compensated handsomely. Secondly, lower pay leads to motivation. Teachers get demoralized. Attrition. Many teachers get out of school. At some point, teachers take second jobs, which harm educational quality because you are losing good teachers from the system. You dare to see teachers leaving the education system? Would we just look on when we are losing our education system because we are failing to pay the teachers? Me and you need to support the teachers. If teachers' pay remains drastically low compared to the global norms as other countries, Uganda may struggle to attract or retain good teachers because many of them will have to leave the system. Today, one might not mind. You might not bother. You might leave it to the teachers. But remember, you have children in the school and they're losing. And at the end of the day, you're going to lose the good teachers from teaching your children to other, maybe professionals, or maybe leave the professional and do other things. And this will take us some more time. Let not everyone dance. Let's not make a dancing competition and everyone is dancing alone. Why should teachers in universities strike and nobody follows them? Why should the doctors strike and nobody follows them? They all give a service. Why should the doctors don't support the teachers to earn a good pay? Why should the politicians support the teachers when they went to the same schools? And be it, even when they went through the arms of the teachers, does that make sense? Let's try to support the teachers in their cause and urge government to be able to give them the increment they demand. However, we could have some challenges. Government may say there is limited resources, a large population, budget constraints, but all goes to government to plan. This increment could not be a one-off. It could be an annual increment. Because it's not something that is starting today, something which has been demanded for a while. Therefore, government needs to be planning this in a phased manner. The issues of a large population, issue of limited resources, issue of a budget constraint don't work for the teachers or our population in schools. If teachers leave or quality drops, costs to society will have to go up. Because that means the parents will have to put in more money to make sure that their children, their students get quality education. Whereas when teachers are striking, everybody is keeping quiet. Would you like your kids to be at school without teachers? Wouldn't you like your students to qualify in a way that they have good grades because they have been taught and understood what is taught to them and they can give good results? Do you know that the strike interrupts students' learning, but sometimes drastic action is needed to force the system change? Do you know that me and you and the students have to make drastic action to force the system to change for the better? Support the teachers. Support the teachers. Don't wait, my dear parents. Therefore, my argument is that the strike is justified given the large pay gap and the critical role the teachers play. Secondly, I call government to negotiate, rectify pay disparities, and invest in the education sector. I also invite viewers to discuss. Do you think teachers should demand more? Do you balance the government budget constraints versus the pay? On an extra bit, therefore, government has to balance the constraints against the fair pay. We need to look at the fiscal realism. And the key things government has to consider: governments have limits. Tax revenue, it has debts, it has competing priorities like healthcare, infrastructure, and security. And the possible approach or safeguards, for me, I would think they need to put incremental increase over multiple years, link with economic growth, seeking external funding or government priorities. There's also another consideration like money must be well used. Government needs to make audits, performance metrics, and then evaluation on most of the projects that are being done so that they can be able to raise the money for the teachers. Another factor that government has to look at: efficiency and accountability. Here again, I'll look at money must be well used. We need to reduce waste. We need to reduce corruption. All misallocation must be minimized. And government priority in this case has to be audits. There must be performance metrics, evaluation of teaching outcomes, ensuring The pay increases go by quality instructions rather than administrative bloat. That business of there's so many things being paid at a go, not considering the value for money, needs to be stopped. The factor government needs to look at prioritization, and the key factor, the key things government has to consider in this process as teachers strike. The state must choose where to spend first. For example, primary or tertiary or rural or urban. Should they consider the teachers in the village first or the teachers in town first? In the first manner. And how can they be able to do it? The possible way, I think, government needs to use data to target underserved areas. Stage increases, for example, lowest paid first. Those who are lower paid should be paid first. But in some instances, you find even those who are lower paid, they could take 3 months even being paid of their pay. And you expect them to be in class teaching. That is very absurd. So, in this sense, we are looking at our teachers, human teachers, as if they go to different schools and the science teachers go to different schools. It should be uniform. Another factor I also need to look at is revenue mobilization. To raise pay, government may need to increase revenue. This could be tax reforms or reallocation of budget. Anyone would think that money is spent on which might not be a priority. Therefore, government has to make ways, has to make viable routes to make sure that they raise taxes, which taxes would bridge a gap if the teachers are being increased a pay. This can be done. The possible way could be progressive taxation, redirecting subsidies, improving tax collection, but also cutting inefficiency elsewhere. We need to reduce the leakages, that money which goes into ineffective processes. Also we need to look at sustainability as a factor. A one-off raise that cannot be sustained is worse than none. So government should not be pushed into increasing money at the same time. What does government has to do? Local pay increases into multiple year plans, aligning with the revenue growth and avoid overly optimistic assumptions, because this may not be maintained. Also, a factor I also need to look at the stakeholders buy-in. Teachers, unions, public opinion, legislature, all matter. When teachers are not happy, our students, our learners are not happy. And this has happened before. But you know what? We had PTA in schools that was abolished, where parents could contribute a few coins to make sure that the teachers are being increased some little pay from the parents' pocket. And this is dependent on the policy that government put up. Therefore, the teachers in schools are being kind of as if they are being strangled. You want the teachers in school, you can't give them higher pay, even when the teachers could be having a bigger pay than the teachers. Therefore, the teachers are looking at you as an enemy. It's not helping us. But you don't have much to say. You don't have much to do. You're also a teacher. You would also love to be having a higher pay. But you just imagine you're a head teacher and you did humanities. But your class teacher, the one that's teaching a science subject, is triples or maybe is paid higher than you earn. Or maybe you're getting the same pay. That means you can't give instructions and that teacher might not be able to listen to you. Because basically when you look at the benefits in the school, is earning more than you do. That brings in a gap in the leadership of the schools. So what do government need to do? Transparent negotiation, evidence-based proposals. Teachers at school, government should negotiate transparently with the teachers. And there should be evidence-based proposals. Teachers should come with evidence, or government should come with evidence that can be put on a table, look at it, analyze it, and then get something out of it. Care information to be public. The parents are waiting to see what is the government saying. The children are losing, even when they pay the school fees. And nobody is going to make a refund. So everyone almost is losing. Government is losing because it has to pay the teachers from our taxes. The parents are also losing because they pay the school fees and the children are not studying. This is an investment, not an expense. Paying teachers is an investment and not an expense. Therefore, for me, it is a yes. So yes, teachers can demand more, but within a framework that is realistic, equitable, and sustainable. And how can they do it? They can do it without not breaking the government or the government's budget. But government needs to consider and make a uniform pay for all the teachers, and then make a lovely life for everyone. Because you look at teachers' workload, social role, and current challenges, as I told you, is that they have a large class and then they have poor infrastructure in the schools, of which this will be improved. The hygienic standards, even when I'm getting a lower pay, I wouldn't mind if I have good working standards. Because I was, after all, I have this. Government pays this and pays this for me. But then it's not. Government is not doing it. So the teachers are getting money from their pockets to do the basics. I told even buying a few things for the students in the school, because they need to have a class to run. So for me, I think the government has to look at the data, looking at the data and facts about Uganda itself. Do you know that Uganda's education spending is lower compared to the regional peers, countries around us, Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania, Burundi? Uganda pays its teachers lowerly. And you look at that government spends 1.2% of its GDP on education. Therefore, in Uganda today, teachers striking and asking a higher pay, for me, is they're demanding also for better working conditions and dignity. And therefore, they should demand, for me, I believe they should demand for more. Whereas East African countries pays more. So the GDP 2.7 is too little to be spent on education. And when you look at the financial year 2025, the government allocated 3.97% of its national budget to education, which is still low. Government needs to invest more money in education if we have quality education. Teacher salaries are a large share of our current education spending, but it leaves limited room for other resources like infrastructure and books. One would say government teachers' salaries is a big share. Yes, but even when it is a big share, it can always leave spaces for infrastructure and books. So it's not that when teachers' salaries are increased, all the treasury is drained. It's not. Therefore, government needs to look into this to make sure that the teachers are paid handsomely, so that they don't get demotivated, to make sure that our children get quality. Actually, reports show that spending per teacher in Uganda is below $18,000, whereas in other countries we compete with in the education system allocate $22,000. Still, when you look at the comparison, our education system spends low on teachers than other countries, which we are competing to have the same better quality like their countries. So when you look at government, has in some instances proposed large increase of science teachers, and he has done it. Because you look at a science teacher who was at 800,000 shillings was increased to 4 million, which highlights internal disparities, which internal disparities are created by the same system. Why don't you rectify it? I'm not saying you should reduce the money for the science teachers, but would you please increase the arts teachers? Why not? Can't we reduce on other expenditures and make sure that all teachers are paid handsomely for the good of our children and our grandchildren to have quality education? Can't we? I believe we can. Therefore, as I would say, looking at the global comparisons, look at teachers on average in some countries are paid 80% to 81% to 86% compared to other countries. You would also look at in many African countries, which show that teachers' salaries are significantly lower than non-teaching staff. If you looked into 7 to 15 countries, you'll find that there is a disparity between the teachers' pay in some of these countries. That usually the payment is differ from country to country, but at least when you look at the payment, you find that Uganda's payment is lower compared to as teachers teaching humanities. Therefore, urge government to take on, to review physical realism, look at the priorities, look at sustainability, but also look at accountability. And as I conclude, I would think government needs to do this phase salary increases, especially targeting low pay first, as it is now. It goes on paying incrementally, but also look at performance-linked allowances. Extra pay for difficult postings like a rural or conflict areas, hard to reach places. You could start by paying at least that. Also improving efficiency and oversight to reduce wastage, as well as mobilizing new revenue as one of the key things we also need to look at. For example, progressive taxes, better tax collection to avoid leakage of the funds that will go in government treasury. You can also look at donors, partner funding, which can also help in the transitional period. If we decide to pay teachers, increase teachers' pay, donors can help, at least within the transitional period, as government comes in to take over the payment of the teachers. But also need to have public communication. We need to show where every extra shilling goes. Why should we be put behind the curtain? Why should teachers be put behind the curtain? There's no way teachers can demand for an increment when they're not seeing any extravagance. There's no way. I would also demand for more because I know where to get more, where the pocket is, where government needs to reduce to make sure that at least I'm increased the pay. Finally, as for one, I believe teachers' pay should be a yes. Everyone should support teachers' pay, and I believe teachers should demand more than their pay is justified and needed. But it must be done responsibly with a clear plan to match the resources. Because if that is not done, then that means government might get a short. Government might get problems in the future. If you feel you have any comment, any contribution on this topic. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe, like, and share. Bye.